What is going on, you beautiful, beautiful lunatics? Guys, every day I come on here and I give you, sometimes I throw a thumbnail at you that says, oh my God, we're going to a dollar. I'm going to tell you how we actually get to a dollar today. Not math, not, we're going to talk. In the meantime, I'm going to show you the chart because guess what? It's another day. It's another Believes video. So Believes gets to take another victory lap because if you're investing with Believes, and you're looking at what Believes is telling you every day, never financial advice, just me picking out numbers and showing you charts and stuff like that. And guess what happened? I just nail it every single time. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast.
All right, guys, what does Believe say? Believe says that, guess what? We're probably going to bounce off of this right here. We're going to find this for support. Now, we're going to have a moment where we drop down. When we drop down, we're going to hit this area. If we had dropped down over here, it would have been in the 13s, but it looks like now we're going to find support right here, somewhere in this area right here. And as you can see right here, because we have so many new holders, we're holding our line here at 14.3, then up here 14.4. Depends on the time. So we're going to have a wick that maybe pops down here. And we'll, we're going to test some lower lows. We're going to do that because the markets have not been kind for the last bunch of days. There's a lot of nervous sentiment in the air. And look, I think we're due for a reversal. We're just not there yet. But the reversal, which I do think is happening, just hasn't happened yet. So we can see here that we're in this little channel right here trading. This tells me that we're on another downtrend. This is a very obvious bear pennant. The most likely scenario of this is that we bounce off of this, come back up here, test this area at 17.5, and then come back down here and test this number here, which at that point should be in the 14.5, 14.7, something like that, before we use it as support and bounce off of it. That's what the likely scenario looks like. And if you look over here with USTC, I still remain confident that USTC is going to have that run up here, but there is the law of diminishing return does, of course, kick in here. I don't think that we go beyond this blue trend line up here that we've been pretty consistent on for the last bunch of months. So I don't think anything changes there. I think the number gets lower. Originally, I was looking at 47, 4.7 cents, and now I'm looking at about 4.5 cents. So I do think we're going to get the bounce. I do think, look, we're holding this line right here, and we're holding it for a long period of time. And if you really break this out, then every few months, like this is what's happened every single time. Like we've had these big spikes and these big runs, and it's time for another big run. So it's going to happen. Also, if you haven't already, there were some issues with Terra Station and Rebel Station. It turns out that they're all the same thing. Like even if you're just going over here and looking at your stuff, by the way, the amount of staking rewards did pick up quite a bit over the last 24 hours, even though we were down for a period of time. So nothing has changed over there. I did move my USTC and I have left it over there for that big swap to increase my lunacy portion, and it's at 256,000 right now. So not where I want it to be. I'd really like to be in the 500,000 range. So we'll see how that plays out. LUNC holders are showing that the burns are there's just not a significant amount of burn. It's going to take a lot longer. Again, if I haven't said it already, you can use Volta Change. Burns 0.25% of all ERC-20 and BEP-20 wrapped Luna Classic. So you can check that out if you're interested. The important thing here is the market volume is around 90 million. Market cap is now down below 1 billion. And been a lot of people talking about how we're holding $1 billion. Yeah, we're holding $1 billion, et cetera, et cetera. Well, we didn't hold $1 billion, so you can scrap that. But Ed Kim did come on and he did make some comments yesterday. While we got confirmation early on with all the message passing, I believe the upgrade request finally got to the right people with only 1 day left, and they're working around the clock to help. And this is Terraform Labs. Few clarifications on the classic chain upgrade station and LCD FCD endpoints. The upgrade was successful. The blockchain is running fine. We made announcements in the validator channel. I followed up with everyone I could find. Validators, nodes, CEXs. The LCD endpoints were not upgraded in time, which we still rely on Terraform Labs for. And Terraform Labs, by the way, has been moved out, and there's another company that's now holding on to this. So that's a pretty good, that's a really good thing. If it's pointed over somebody who is more closely associated with the Terra rebels, then that's another another rung that moves away. So the question becomes, this is very simple. How does Luna Classic get to $1? And look, it's not simple. It's complicated. But here's what's going to happen. And just, remember, this takes time, but I'm going to tell you exactly how this thing plays out. Okay. The price chart doesn't matter. I know you want it to matter, and I want it to matter. And I want to, I would really like to be able to play this chart and just try to accumulate more. You win some, you lose some every time you make a trade, but I would like to be able to go between USTC and and Terra Luna Classic and some kind of stable at some point, just to try to see if I can accumulate more and kind of play the market, because I like doing that. But at the end of the day, here's what's going to matter. None of what we're doing right now, other than planting the seeds for the future, and that is re-enabling IBC so that we can get onto the osmosis line, which we're the I think we're the number 1 or number 2 traded token in that entire ecosystem. So look, the value, the sentiment, the people, all of that's there. So where do we need to go? Well, we're in a bear market, and I want you to look one more time as we do this. I'm going to show you the price one more time. You can see right here, we're at 3 zeros, 1651. Market cap is 989. Now, in a bull market, when we start to hit the bull market, there's no reason why Terra is not 10 billion market cap, especially when it's functioning. So with a $10 billion market cap, that means that this drops a 0 right there. Okay. And this becomes 2 zeros, 1652, because math, so does the market cap go a little bit higher? Well, it doesn't really need to go any higher at that point. If we then reduce the supply by half, which we're well on our way to doing, and it's not going to be through the mechanisms that we have right now. But if we do that and we reduce the supply from the 5.9 trillion that we have now down to, what do we call it, 3 trillion, then this doubles. Okay, so 1654 by the reduction of half doubles this value, so that makes it 3308. So it's 1654 times 2, 3308. So we remove a 0, and now we got this over here at 3308. So now it's 2 zeros, 3308. If you want to stop for a second right now, hit the pause button and do the math on your calculator to find out how much your bag's worth at that point. I mean, by all means, go for it. But the answer would be, if you have 10 million, it would be $33,080. So that puts us, again, we're still at that 2 zeros, and we're not at that penny yet. And the penny is important because that's the first goal in the milestone, right? Well, after this, we have to remember that over the course of from May of 2020 until, or I'm sorry, September of 2020 until the time that this broke down, the Luna Classic supply went down 67% from the billion that it held to 343 million. And I want you to think about that for just a second. Now, we have way more tokens, but just imagine where we're sitting right now, and just imagine in a year we reduce this supply by roughly 68%, just based on the trading volume that we already had that was going on with our UST repegging. And I hope that you guys understand that I'm talking about half, but now we're talking about basically 70% roughly. And we're saying, like, with 70% of the supply is reduced, and that leaves about 2 trillion tokens, right? So 2 trillion tokens puts us at 3x what this number is, which makes it about 5,000. So now it's 2 zeros, 5,000. So now you can see we're halfway to the goal, right? Then the only variable at that point, and listen to me very closely, the only variable from there is just time. All you have to do is have a little time and a little patience with what's going on, and you will be rewarded. Terra Rebels may or may not be the answer for you. You may or may not like them. You will have an opportunity to vote them off the island or keep them around. You will have control. There will be control that we, the community, will have in this DAO system that allows us to vote people off the island if they're not performing, or keep people on the island if they are, and pay them a fair wage so that we get what we want. And what is it that we want? We want a lot of burn to happen to reduce the circulating supply, to create value to the tokens that we have. And then we want value for the ecosystem in order to pump the market cap. Those two things are what matters. Now, when you go look at the roadmap of what the Terra Rebels have done, then you might look at it and you like it. You might look at it and you don't like it, but it is the roadmap for right now. And there are a lot of pieces to it that are going to be that are going to be updated all at once, I'm told. So you're going to see Cosmowasm, Vanilla Cosmos, Tendermint. You're going to see all that stuff. It's going to all get kind of updated en masse as we get through this last quarter. And then we're about to hear something about the AFTs, I'm told, also. So we have an idea of, are we going to be USTC? Are we going to be Terra Vita? Are we going to be some new token that we haven't even talked about yet? What is it that we're going to be? Well, whatever it is going to be a burn mechanism, and it's going to be algorithmically fungible, and it's going to be an attempt at all points to peg to $1. That's the way this is going to work. So let me know what you think down in the comments below, because we will get there. You just got to give time. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell to be notified. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Still counts. This is not financial advice. My name is Bleaves. I am always right. And guys, we will talk to you again very, very soon.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world. I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go there with me, girl.